let me make something very clear, because I think that people tend to think that the moment I'm critical of Donald Trump or say that I've lost trust in him, not all trust, but some trust, because when I can see what he can do on the world stage, when I saw what he could do in his first term with eradicating modern day slavery, yet he does nothing about the shadow banning and suppressing on social media platforms, then it does make me call him into question. Is it only some Americans that he's interested in? I don't have the answers to that. However, that said, I'm not going to take away the credit he deserves. Okay? He's done more than any other president has. I know that he was eradicating trafficking in his first term. I was a nurse in the ER, and there happened to be a safe house in my county for women fresh out of trafficking that were trans. It was in his executive orders. I found that out later, but suddenly I'm seeing I was a psych nurse in the ER, strictly psych. And suddenly I started seeing these women coming in regularly, and it was because of the safe house. So these women were fresh out of trafficking. And it's young women that are trafficked. That's who they want before children. Everybody keeps thinking, oh, it's about saving the children. I'm not, the children are second trafficked. Women, though, they're the young women from 18 to like 23. That's really the ones they want. That's the number one group. Trump has said that himself. That's the only ones I ever saw, was young women, never children. I'm not saying there's not children trafficked, but that's the safe house was, they were all over this country because of his executive orders. I'm not going to take that away from him. Those are righteous deeds. So just because, but when I see that he can do something like that, but does nothing about the suppressing of social media, then I start questioning his motives. Is it really he's not interested in God's kingdom, he's more interested in his own kingdom? I don't know. Because I think most leaders in the Western world, even though they claim faith in God, and I'm not saying this is true about Donald Trump. I mean, I'm not saying that he doesn't have faith in God. I'm just saying that there's been a couple of things that have concerned. I didn't like that he supported Charlie Kirk. I was calling Charlie Kirk out as false long before Charlie Kirk was assassinated. And then took myself off all social media because I felt bad, that I'd done all this, said all these things, because I had stitched his stuff all the time, calling his wrong Bible doctrine out. He was pushing the same stuff Hexeth and RFK Jr. and Doug Wilson and that whole Christian nationalist crowd. That Christian nationalist crowd, they're not about Christ. They are nothing more than a male-dominated society that is intimidated by women, is afraid of women, has this insecurity that, no, we have to be above women. Oh, no, we have to put everything back in place. And that stuff looks as crazy as the left does to me. It's a total identity crisis in America. It really is, on both sides. But Donald Trump props up the Republicans. See, I'm not really impressed with the Republicans. I mean, they've had control of the House, the Senate, all of it. Because they always say, well, if we had control, then when they get it, what are they doing? And Trump would say, oh, no, they've done so much. Oh, come on, Trump. No, they haven't. There's so much. I mean, look at what the Democrats can get done when they have that power. And yet the Republicans, pussyfoot around all the time. And then they waste time going on the news just, talking hot air. So I'm not impressed with the Republicans, but I'm not going to take away the good things Donald Trump has done. What I don't think people maybe connect here is that the modern day slavery, given that young women are the number one that's trafficked, like I said, from 18 to like 23, I think that's the age range they really go after. They really want for sex exploitation. It's sort of tied to that whole male masculinity thing too. The ugliness of all of it, and that Christian nationalism. And I don't think people put those pieces together. Am I saying Christian nationalists are behind trafficking of young women? No, but the way that they want women treated with, submit to your husbands. Do you know how many narcissists will pull women, young women in, get married, they love bomb them and they get married, and then look into those statistics, and then they traffic them? And then if they're women that have no education, and the good old Charlie Kirk was telling women, no, your job is just to go find a husband. Yeah, great. And then if they don't have anything to fall back on, they're stuck in this trafficking, not knowing they have nothing to fall back on. So they all serve the same disgust, in my opinion. The Christian nationalists do, the trafficking of young women, and this disgust with this Christian national male masculinity false construct is all in a way to hurt women. To suppress women, to do what God said was the curse at the very beginning, which he said, Adam, you will go on to curse the earth. Why? Because now you're your own king. You're your own ego, masculine craziness, okay? And then these Doug Wilsons and Charlie Kirks came out of the woodwork talking about women submit and women, you're supposed to be in the home, and it's like, what the hell is this? And they look no different to me than the same as people that traffic young women. Because Charlie Kirk wasn't helping young women. Yeah, does Candace Owens ever say that about her good best friend, Charlie Kirk? No. She'll go after Erica Kirk, and not that I think Erica Kirk is much better in all this, okay? But, I mean, I think they're all a network. Candace Owens, Charlie Kirk, Erica Kirk, it's all the same damn network. Nick Fuentes, and it's all this, look at Nick Fuentes' attitude. But is Doug Wilson's any better? Doug Wilson will go after Nick Fuentes, not realizing he's no different than Nick Fuentes. Just because maybe he supports Israel, he's written books about, a woman's place and being just, he's and he actually got a woman in his church. He set up with somebody who had a history of abusing, sexually molesting like 25 kids. And then he married these two. He doesn't regret it. He regrets what happened. But he doesn't regret setting her up with this guy when he had this rap sheet. Then they had a kid, and he turns around and he abused the kid, molested the kid. And then Pete Hegseth supports this guy. So then it's like, Donald Trump, what are you doing? Now, the Q people, and I didn't follow Q, would say, oh, it's highlighting. Okay, maybe, yeah, I get it. So I didn't watch the State of the Union address because I thought I don't need to hear for the 100th, millionth time how great Charlie Kirk was. No, he was not great. He was part of this whole network. That's the reason he was given a platform and millions of followers. Could he do good debates? Yeah, but if you ever noticed when he got a really smart woman to debate with, he got all freaky and nervous. Yeah, because they can't handle women, these men, because they don't have masculinity. Now, Donald Trump, he has natural form of masculinity. That is the kind of masculinity women like. They're not the type of men that are going to go joining a masculinity movement. But Trump put all of this masculinity crap in his administration. So, but yet I don't see him that way. I know the left carries on like that. He's like that. But no, if he was like that, I never would have supported him. I hate those men. But the left is no different. The left attacked women by getting men to put on dresses and then going into sports arenas and beating them up. The right just does it through Christian nationalism and the Charlie Kirks and the Nick Funteses telling women to get back in the kitchen, both attacking women, both proving the Bible that who was the curse of the earth? It wasn't Eve. It was Adam. It was that male construct, ego, masculinity, false construct that came in with the original sin, the fall. So, but I would never take away the absolute amazing things Donald Trump has done that no other president has.